Hi everybody, it's Sam from Safe Spaces with Sam, and I'm here in this video to explain all about the vagus nerve. Now the vagus nerve is a really awesome part of our brain which can help to get us back to being regulated really quickly, and this is something that I talk a lot to clients about, usually in the first session actually. So when we're thinking about being dysregulated in children, that can look like challenging behaviour, as an example, or the squiggles as we call it in Safe Spaces. So I'm going to show you a diagram now of a person, and can you see this slightly darker part of the brain here? That's your vagus nerve, so that sits at the base of your brain. And as you can see from this diagram, your vagus nerve is connected to every single nerve in your whole body. So if you can activate that, then it means that it's going to calm you down, get you from that fight or flight, freeze or fawn, back into the opposite of that, which is rest and digest, pretty quickly. Now there are a few, I won't hold this up this way because obviously you can't see it's backwards, so I'll tell you them. There's a few tried and tested methods for getting that to activate, to making that happen. So the biggest, most effective way that I find works for my clients and for my own children, and for me actually, to be fair, is crunchy and chewy things. Okay, that helps to activate the vagus nerve. So that's why lots of your teens go around chewing gum all the time. Certainly we find in school, kids that have got those massive pots of gum and you're like, wow, that's an investment in gum. It's because they need to chew all the time and they don't realise the reason they're doing it, but they're self-stimulating, they're stimming, they are chewing that to activate the vagus nerve, help them to feel calm. It's the reason why some of my parents, when I explain about the vagus nerve, go, that's why they come home from school and want crisps or breadsticks or, you know, even better, crunchy carrots or cucumber, that kind of thing. And you're like, yes, exactly that. The other thing that helps is cold stuff. So that could be a cold drink through a straw, or what we do in our house to combine the cold and the crunchy together, we've got ice cubes crushed up in our freezer, so that if one of them's having the squiggles, they can go to the freezer, get themselves some crushed up ice in a bowl, sit and crunch it, and it works amazingly. Now obviously you can't take crunchy ice cubes out on a day trip because it doesn't really work, but you can take crunchy and chewy snacks. My eldest used to have a teeny tiny flapjack on the way home from Brownies back in the day to chew on the way home, so that she would make that transition between Brownies and getting home. At that point in her life it was quite late, so we needed her to be nice and regulated to have a good bedtime, which is something that she struggled with, and it did the job. So it's about, yeah, activating that vagus nerve as much as you possibly can before it gets to meltdown stage. You know, once they're in a meltdown, it's a bit too late to then be going, oh, have an ice cube, because they're obviously not going to want to do that. So preempting things, planning things. So if they've gone out on a day trip and you maybe haven't got anything with you, but you could get something, you can certainly have something on the way home in the car, something as soon as you get home. So that transition time between school and home is often tricky. So as soon as they come in the door, offering that crunchy, cold, chewy something or other is a great one. But yeah, if you Google vagus nerve activation, there will be a whole myriad of things that you can do. But cold, crunchy and chewy are the ones that I find are most effective, and they're pretty quick acting. So there you go, that's the vagus nerve. Let me know how it goes and what you think of it. Okay, thanks Em, bye.